Hey consumers, welcome back to Amateur Consumption. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Mary.
So this week in our craft beer series, we're going to be taking a look at Hiwire Brewing.
Specifically, we're going to be looking at their lager. So Hiwire is located in Ashville, North Carolina, which is about 2 hours west of Charlotte, where we live. This lager has some German inspiration and some Pilsner inspiration, and it's 4.6 alcohol percentage, so pretty low. So, I mean, personally, I'm expecting this to be a pretty light beer. It also says it's unfiltered.
So being a lager, it's probably going to be kind of like that traditional beer you might drink, like that Budweiser or something like that, those cheaper beers. But this is going to be brewed, it's going to be harder to brew than an ale. We're going to be doing a whole video on this coming up, but the lager takes a colder temperature and a more consistent temperature to brew than an ale does. And so typically it's easier to do once you're mass producing it, but it's harder to do in the craft brewing scene. And so let's see how it tastes.
And smells.
It smells first.
So I definitely get more of the like yeasty smell.
Yep, definitely wheat, yeast, crisp. It smells. It smells like any other lager, I think.
And even though it's unfiltered, it's still fairly clear.
Yeah, a little hazy.
A little hazy.
Like I can, if the glass wasn't fogged, I could see the camera.
Yeah.
But, all right, let's see how it tastes.
Pretty good.
Like a lager.
Yeah.
I would drink it.
Yeah. It's definitely more on the standard light beer feeling, but it's
there's
better.
more complex.
Yeah,
there's more complexity there.
That's what I was gonna say.
But I wonder why I would drink this over like a blonde ale.
I don't know. I feel like it's the equivalent. Like I feel like a blonde ale is the lager equivalent.
I mean, tastes fine.
Yep.
But I mean, I think if I was drinking this beside a Coors Light and a Bud Light, I could tell which one was which. But I think if I was drinking them separately, like if I asked for this and you gave me a Coors Light, I don't know if I would know enough to be like, hey, quit giving me the cheap beer.
Right. I agree with that. I think this might serve as more like transition to someone trying to get into craft beer, and maybe that's their traditional taste. And I feel like that's really a smart move that a lot of breweries do, is that they have one or two beers that really appeal to that mass of people that their go-to is Bud Light or Coors Light or whatever one they tend to choose. Yeah. And when they go to a brewery and they visit it with their friends that might be more into beer, they're like, hey, well, this is what I like. What would be a good choice for me? I think it's nice when the breweries have options that are a little closer to that taste profile.
I think it's also nice when they encourage them to get out of their comfort zone and try something new and maybe they've never had before.
Yeah. So we haven't been to Hiwire Brewing, but we have been to Asheville.
And it's definitely worth a trip.
Yeah, so maybe next time we're in Asheville, we'll have to check out Hiwire. We have heard good things about it. I have a few friends that have visited and definitely had a good time.
Yep. So when it comes to rating this beer, I'd probably give it a 6. I think it's a little bit above average. I tend to like the light lager flavor, but this one has, like I said, a little bit more complexity than your typical lager. But again, I don't know if I could tell the difference if it wasn't side by side.
Yeah, I would probably go a little bit lower just because it's not my preference. Because if I'm gonna be drinking something this light, then I might go with something else completely. So I'd probably go more around a 5. Thanks so much for watching this week's episode of Craft Beer. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Get your craft on.